I'll just point out a couple of things. When I mounted mine, I welded my brackets to the axle tube. And to clear my aftermarket cover, I used three-quarter bar stock, aluminum bar stock as a spacer. And I also welded the nuts to the back of the bracket so that I didn't have to deal with the nuts when I wanted to take this off. The extended links are Hellwig model 7977. They are actually for the front of a Ford F-250, lifted F-250, and they're actually too long for me. I had to take about an inch off the threaded rod so I could move the adjustable portion of the link up high enough to get the bar to level out. Basically with the axle tube and with the rear section, they're not any lower than the spring. The poly bushings can be found at AutoZone. They're actually one of two items I've actually bought from them. They're a name brand. I forget what the name brand is, but they're available there. And the mounting bracket that I used is off of an XJ, the rear axle of an XJ. If you're going to use the Hellwig, you need to open them up a little bit because the Hellwig's a little bit wider than an XJ link or a WJ link, which is originally, before I went up another 1.25 inches, I used the WJ links, which were fine. But then I needed a longer link, so I went to the Ford link. Don't know what else to add. They do make a difference. They make a big difference. And it's part of a bigger package. You can't, this isn't one item that's going to change the way your truck handles. You've got to look at your entire suspension, front suspension, wheels and tires. There's more to it. It's just one part of a.
I just wanted to include something on my front bar.
It makes a huge
everyone
difference.
praises
drive on the
engineers.
road.
Sometimes they're just fucking
And around
wrong.
here, you're either coming in, out of a
They
turn
got it
or going into
wrong
one.
on the stock mounts
And
for
the
the
truck actually handles very
MJ
flat
and
in turn.
XJ.
So
Every one of us.
if you drive on the road a
knows
lot like
that
I do, it's a big asset, and it's worth the trouble. Thanks for listening.
I just want to include something on the front bar of my truck. This is a 28 millimeter bar that came off of an XJ, and they're getting kind of hard to find. So if you find one, you need to grab it. But on the stock eyelets, the horizontal eyelets, where you've got two bushings on one below and one above, every one of us who've ever replaced the bushings know that they deform, they wear out. They're just poorly designed. I wanted to go with a more modern link and a more modern design, so I cut my eyelet off. I made my own vertical eyelet and welded it in. It doesn't, I actually cut out a portion of the bar itself, and this eyelet is actually running into the bar, and then it's welded around. It's not going to fail. It had no ill effect on the bar itself. But this is actually a long, it's a front link off of a ZJ, I think it's like a 2004 ZJ. I pushed my axle forward 3/4 of an inch, and I raised it 1.25 inches since. You can see I'm pretty close to the spring. It's not touching the spring, but the eyelet should really be up in here. So I'm going to go with longer links yet. They're about $120 for universal aftermarket links. The ones I'm going to get actually have the ball joint at the top and the bottom, and a lot of adjustability. So after I get this thing back on the road, that's one of the things that I'm going to do is replace these links and put the bar back up where it's supposed to be. But it gives you a lot more options in dealing with different size links. It just seems much more logical to have a vertical eye than a horizontal eye. So it's really easy to do, and you should give it a shot. Thanks for listening.
Here's a 2000 Bravada, the exact same bar as the Chevy Blazer. Here's the 1999 Chevy Blazer. And this is the bar you want to look for. What you'll want here is the bar itself and these mounting brackets here. You don't want the links. "2000 Chevy Blazer." This is actually the cleanest sway bar, anti-sway bar I could find out here today. Actually, there's probably about 6 or 7 of them to choose from. What you'll want is the bar, and you'll want this mounting bracket right here. I don't think the U-bolts will work. I don't know what the diameter of this axle is, the axle tube is, but I don't think the U-bolts will work anyway. You're going to want to weld this to your axle. You don't need these links, they're too short. That's actually a pretty nice bar.